In healthcare, trust isn't optional. It can be the difference between a patient feeling safe or a patient shutting down. But here's the truth. You don't need perfect English in order for someone to feel safe. What you do need are the right phrases said in the right way. Let's talk about it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Frustrated to Fluent. I'm Devin Bruce. I'm the founder and CEO of the English Communication Academy. We help non-native English speakers in healthcare communicate effectively with their patients, colleagues, and staff. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about how you can build trust because based off of the feedback that we've gotten in the academy, especially from our clinical doctors, that's a real hard thing for them to do, how to establish trust and rapport. So this video is going to focus on that. But it doesn't matter whether you work in a hospital or a clinic, if you're in a leadership role, if you're on the research or pharmaceutical side. This video is packed with simple phrases that you can start using today so you can build trust in every conversation. All right, let's get to it. Now, we talk about trust a lot in healthcare, but something that's commonly overlooked is that language is the epicenter of that. It all starts with language. So it's not about sounding smart. It's all about making sure that the person that you're talking to feels safe, understood, and respected. And that happens when your words matches your tone, that matches your timing, and it all comes together in a very calm and steady way. Think about it. When a patient is scared or a colleague is very stressed, they don't need perfect grammar in that moment. They don't need you to sound perfect. They need you to be real. And the way that you can sound real in those situations is when you sound grounded, clear, and present. And that usually starts with the phrases that you use. Let me give you a few real life examples that you can start using today. So these are for people who work on the clinical side. So let's say you're talking to a patient and they feel very anxious or stressed or scared. Try saying one of these things. Let me explain what's going to happen next. You're in good hands. That's a valid concern. Let's walk through it. Tell me more about what you're feeling. Now, these phrases, they're not complicated, but they do something that's very, very powerful. They calm the nervous system. They reassure your patient that they're in good hands and they can trust you. They also help your patient feel seen and cared for, which is huge. And that builds trust so quickly. Sometimes when I'm talking to people and I tell them what I do, and I sometimes hear horror stories and they say, "Oh, I was speaking with my doctor and I didn't feel like they cared about me, or they just came across so harsh and I hated it. It made me not want to ask questions." That can cause a lot of problems. But if you stick to these phrases, that builds trust immediately, and then your patient will feel safe and understood. Now, let's say you're working with the team and you're trying to build trust quickly, maybe during handoffs or rounds. You could use phrases like, "I just want to double check to make sure we're on the same page. Let's clarify this before moving forward. Thanks for catching that. I appreciate it. What's the next best step here?" These phrases really work because not only do they show respect, but it also reduces confusion and it helps you sound like a true collaborator. You're not against them in any way. So in this case, you're not just fluent, but you're also leading with intention. And that is huge when you're working in a group, especially when there are cultural differences. Now, let's talk about some phrases that you can use in tense situations. These will help you build trust immediately. So you can use these when a conversation is starting to get emotionally charged and you are not trying to have the communication break down fully. So if you want to get back on track or prevent the shutdown, try these phrases. Let's take a moment and revisit this together. Here's what I'm trying to say. Please let me know if this lands. I can see this is important. I want to make sure I get it right. Let's focus on what we can do next. These really help to build trust because it keeps you calm and clear. And when it shows that you are putting in an effort, trust can grow from there. So even if you're in a very high tense situation and you're not trying to break down the communication, if the other person can see that you are genuinely trying, that can raise the trust level. So this will really help when you're in the middle of discomfort because it's handled with care. Now, I want to switch gears and talk a little bit about why simplicity builds credibility. Unfortunately, a lot of non-native English speakers in healthcare try to prove their fluency by using these big fancy words, or they talk in very long sentences or very long explanations. But in healthcare, too many words can confuse the message, and it can also slow down decisions. Simplicity isn't weakness, it's power. When you keep your phrases short, clear, and steady, you sound more confident, not less, because people trust what they can understand. And that's exactly what these phrases help you deliver. It does not break down communication because everything is simple and clear. And when things are simple and clear, things are easy. And then when things are easy, trust is able to be built. Here's what I recommend to incorporate a lot of these phrases starting today. Pick 2 or 3 phrases that I just shared. I recommend using the ones that resonate with you the most, the ones that feel the most natural. Practice saying them out loud. Don't wait for the perfect moment or put it off until tomorrow or next week. Start using them today. Try to use it in a conversation. Try to use them in everyday conversations so that way it becomes a natural part of your rhythm. Because the more automatic these phrases sound, the easier you'll be able to sound confident when using them. And the more confident you sound, even when emotions are high or time is limited, it immediately builds trust. All right, so if this video helped you, please hit like and subscribe. I post new videos weekly to help you build real-world fluency in healthcare. Also, please share this with other non-native English speakers in healthcare. I am on a mission to close the language gap in healthcare. And if you want to explore more phrases that you can start using every day, I have a free 5-day challenge that anyone in healthcare can use. It's designed to help people who are fluent, but they want to take it to the next level in a very short period of time. It only takes a couple of minutes a day. You can sign up with the link below. That's in the description box. And if you like these videos and you're looking for some more, check these videos out too. All right, so that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Take care.